Every normal. We do have some protesters out here. They appear to be in support of Black Lives.
No justice, no peace! Fuck you, racist police! No justice, no peace! Fuck you, goddamn police! No justice, no peace! Fuck you, racist police! No justice, no peace! Fuck you, racist police! You racist bitch!
As you can see, we got the police out here at Target, and we do have quite a few protesters developing up here. So we do have a large contingent of police in riot uniforms here at Target. There are a lot of protesters out here in the street. The Target is closed and has been closed for a while now. And there's a lot more cars way back there. We're in Normal in McLean County at the Target. There are a lot of Hey, my name's Zach. I'm trying to report here. Do you guys want to talk to me?
It don't matter.
It's okay. So, can you let me know your name while you're out here?
No.
Okay.
Black Lives Matter!
Once again, we are in the Target parking lot in Normal, Illinois, where there does seem to be a slight standoff between police and Black liberation supporters. some people getting actually really close to the police officers. The police officers have pretty much stayed behind their vehicles the entire time. They don't seem to be... As you can see, there are more and more cars seeming to gather here. It does look like some of the protesters are approaching the police. Police are moving into position. So we're right here, Normal, Illinois, at the Target. As you can see, this is happening live. The protesters versus the police. See how long this lasts. So we do, I think, have a couple more police showing up here. This is going down right now at Target in Normal. There's about 10 protesters here that seem to be confronting the police. The police have remained calm so far. They've not really excited anything.
Police. No justice, no peace. Fuck you, police.
Okay, there's a lot more people up here, but right now I'm just recording.
What the fuck are you doing? Come on! What are you doing?
Oh, I'm sorry.
What? Are you? He said it was there because of all of us. Y'all are the y'all caused all of this. That's what we're doing.
We do have the police here. They are in riot gear, but they do not seem to be being aggressive to the protesters. The protesters have gotten relatively close to them and are...
I don't give a fuck about that. Straight up.
So...
I don't give a fuck about that. I don't give a fuck about that.
So, once again, we are right in front of the Normal Target. We're in the parking lot. The police have set up a barricade in front of the Target. They have so far not really done anything threatening, just kind of standing here as people are addressing them in various ways. So.
We're not doing nothing wrong.
I can't breathe! I can't breathe!
people seem to be coming up to the front of the Target. Again, we are in the Normal Target parking lot in Normal, Illinois. Right up at the front. The police have, as you can see, there's quite a few vehicles out here. And there are a number of protesters that have been engaging with the police. The police, for their credit, haven't been too hostile, besides the riot gear, of course, but... They weren't really saying much. I think they're just trying to diffuse it. The protesters are all getting down on one knee in reference to Colin Kaepernick's famous protest. We do have a number of protesters doing this. Once again, this is at the Normal Target in Normal, Illinois. There is at least one police officer trying to have a conversation with the protesters, but to little avail. There is definitely a lot of anger.
No justice, no peace. Follow racist police. No justice, no peace. Fuck you racist police. No justice, no peace. Fuck you racist police.
Y'all smiling and you killing us. Y'all sick. Y'all sick. How about that? How about that? Y'all sick. Y'all sick. Hey, ready?
This ain't quite ready. I would definitely expect actually a larger police presence for something like this. That's just me. Once again, if you are just joining us, we are at Normal, Illinois in the Target parking lot. There are a large number of Black Lives Matter protesters that are protesting towards the police right now. So far, everything has remained peaceful on both sides. We do have a much larger number of people that have showed up recently. Lots of cars honking, as you can see, in solidarity. So the situation seems pretty calm so far. People are just out their feelings. Obviously, you can join us all. We are in Normal, Illinois at the Target. And most people are wearing masks. Yeah, most. Once again, this is a Black Lives Matter protest at the Target in Normal, Illinois. The Target has been closed for a couple of hours because of the coronavirus, but protesters did gather here in quite large numbers, I would say. There's quite a few cars out here. So all the protesters have remained peaceful, and so, as far as we can tell, the police officers have as well. I am surprised not more police officers have showed up. So we do have some more people coming up there.
Black motherfuckers on their wall. What the fuck? That shit's crazy. Come on. They just got up there.
We do have a couple new officers here. We have a third one coming in.
Bitch, I don't care about no police. I got mom with 2 rings.
Definitely the crowd here is very passionate. They're very upset at many of the injustices they've seen go on.
That's crazy. Y'all killing us, y'all laughing about the shit.
Laughing like the shit fun.
That's it.
Y'all gonna do me like y'all do George Floyd. What you mean? Cause I'm gonna lay his ass out on my burner.
So if you are just turning in, we are at the Target in Normal, Illinois. We have cried a large group of Black Lives Matter protesters in the parking lot. The Target was already closed by this point because of the coronavirus, but the police have set up a small barrier. I'm sorry.
You bitch.
So they have set up a small barrier in front of the doors, but
No justice, no peace.
and more protesters are joining. So far, everything has remained peaceful. Though the protesters are obviously very upset. And I'll give credit to the police officers. They have remained somewhat calm. Not tried to escalate it too much. Of course, they are in riot gear, but I'm still a little surprised we don't have even more police officers here. Do have quite a few protesters. So this is going on. We do have more Black Lives Matter protesters coming up. This is at the front of the Target. Yeah, I really need to get back up here. It's starting to get a little close.
What? Period.
No peace, fuck these racist ass police. No justice, no peace, fuck these racist ass police. No justice, no peace, fuck these racist ass police. No justice, no peace, fuck these racist ass police.
I will say that while these protesters are very upset, they have remained peaceful throughout this entire time.
Say his name.
Up at the front, we might have 30, 35 people. But there are a lot of cars in the parking lot. But once again, all the protesters have remained peaceful, even though they are quite upset.
I don't give a fuck if they're peaceful. We're still fucking peace.
No, I'm talking about y'all. I'm talking about y'all. Trust me, I'm on your side.
We're here because of you guys.
serious?
Because of you.
You serious? Y'all killing us all. Y'all laughing about this shit.
They laugh because they're white.
Get the fuck out of here.
Right? And fucking
Get the fuck out of here. I ain't seen them had a serious face the whole time. They ain't laughing at this shit. Cause they know. They doing their fucking job.
Black Lives Matter!
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter! 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 Black Lives Matter!
These people got us fucked up, man.
Once again, if you're just joining us, we are in Normal, Illinois at the Target. And we have a significantly growing amount of pro-black liberation protests. They have remained completely peaceful the entire time. I haven't seen any protester do anything dangerous.
Stay here, friend.
So,
Go, friend.
You looking at me in my eye, you sick.
Yeah, they got shorty gay ass out here. That's it.
You wanna hear? I can't breathe. I like to do shit.
I'm for them.
so I'm just gonna let some of these protesters.
No justice, no peace. Fuck you, racist ass police. No justice, no peace. Fuck you, racist ass police. No peace. Fuck these racist ass police.
They are encouraging the officers to go fuck themselves currently.
No peace. You racist ass police. Y'all with it.
These cops are killing.
Y'all with it.
People right.
So y'all might as well bleach y'all skin like Mike Jack. Y'all white. Shit's wild.
No justice, no peace. Fuck you, racist ass police.
So I am up here at the front. I'm going to try and get as close as possible. So this is kind of the situation that's going on right now. We are at the Target in Norma, Illinois. I think this guy.
Why we say fuck y'all? Stop killing us.
One made a song said "fuck the firemen."
Hey, listen.
What the fuck?
So we back to the store, dog.
Firemen isn't killing any black people. There's no song called "fuck the firemen." Right? I like my firemen. They are also at the same time breaking on the officers. We have quite a few more officers down here. I'm not sure if you can see them. I don't know if it's like 4 or 5, maybe, down there. So, once again, this group has been peacefully protesting the entire time. They have been somewhat aggressive, but they have remained peaceful throughout this entire time. You can tell that they are very upset that have occurred in this country. This parking lot, I would say, is semi-filled right now. Say this Target parking lot is about halfway filled with various cars. There's more and more protesters coming up. They have been peacefully protesting this entire time. Unlike the white supremacists that tried to run us over earlier today, which was inappropriate pandemic behavior, if you ask me. So they are currently encouraging the officers to take a knee in reminiscence of Colin Kaepernick's famous football protest. The police officers, I'm not sure if they can't understand them or if they're unwilling, as they are not really responding much.
Why the fuck get out your cars, man. Y'all need to come to the They touch the motherfucker, be gone. They touch a motherfucker out of here. To the moon. Don't touch me, not right up. Straight up.
Is anyone willing to talk to me about why they're out here? I'm live streaming. We're just here to protest. Is there any specific reason why y'all picked here, or just the place to be? Okay. So far all we've met are pro-black liberation protesters. This is actually increasing quite a bit. So there are a lot of cars here. I don't know if these people are going to come through. So there is quite a bit of support. Okay, so they are getting actually quite close to the police officers, but they are all going there, taking a knee right now. As you can see, this remains a peaceful protest. No violence has been committed by any of these protesters, as far as I've been able to tell. This is in Normal, Illinois, at the Target. These are Black Lives Matter protesters out here supporting black liberation. They are very angry, but as I've said before, they have remained peaceful throughout this entire time since I've been here.
Allen, right, man. He's scared to drive the next to y'all.
They are encouraging the officers to take a knee. Whether the officers can hear them or not is not quite clear, since they do not seem to be responding.
Everybody put your fist up.
Y'all can literally put an end to this.
Yes, I do want to remind everyone that the entire time I have been here, this has been a peaceful protest, albeit a very emotional one. These protesters are very upset, but they have been following their rights very clearly. There is a group of what I would say are about 5 to 7 officers way over on the side. I doubt you can see them. They seem to be waiting to intervene. These officers have remained calm. This is very tense. I have tried to talk to some of the protesters to see what they wanted the people out there to know. Most of them have just said that they're here to support Black Lives. And that they are sick of many of the encounters that they have had with the police.
I get beat by the police all my life.
Say it again.
Straight up. It's time to return the favor around this bitch. It's time to return the favor around this bitch. Straight up.
Again, I do encourage you, if you are able to make it, to come to the Target in Normal, Illinois, where a rather large protest, a peaceful has shown up. Up here, I would say we're much closer to 75 to 100 people up here, right at where the police officers are. But there is a very large crowd of cars.
Forget about that time.
We have one protester telling them that this is not a joke.
Like you don't know what we're standing here for. What? I could have been your son if you got one.
So there are several black activists over here confronting the black officers.
From where? From him. What you talking about, bro? From breakfast from yesterday. What you talking about?
Yes, these protesters are very passionate, but this has remained peaceful the entire time that I have been here. They are just very upset about much of the systemic injustice going on in America right now, including here in Bloomington Normal. Again, if you are just joining us, we are outside the Target in Normal, Illinois. So there is one officer that is trying to engage in conversation with the other protesters. Of course, he is not wearing a mask, so he could be spreading the coronavirus. He could be giving people the Rona as we speak. I am, of course, wearing a mask. This is getting pretty close. Things are increasing in intensity. Back here, that would be better. As you can see, protesters are very close to the police officers. This is remaining a peaceful protest, I will say. No violence has been committed, except maybe some hurt feelings. There is at least one officer, he seems to be in a position of some authority, who is trying to calm down some of the protesters. He is not wearing a mask, so he probably is spreading the coronavirus as we speak.
I'm just saying that the crowd and is up here. That gives us concern. Everybody, if we can take a little bit of a step back, but the more you keep coming and pinning us against the doors here.
So this is actually how close protesters are to the police in general. It is a very close situation. I'm not trying to get too close in case anything bad were to happen. Once again, we are at the Normal, Illinois Target. If you would like to come out, we still do have people coming up. This parking lot is almost, I would say, 3/4 filled at this point. And more people are coming up. Oh, I think that's Jasper. Okay, so this is about... So this is the very narrow lane between the BLM protesters and the police and right here. Some of the black protesters here are chastising the black officers. The officers have remained calm to their credit. Not that that's saying much, but this entire time I've been here, no anything violent. So don't want anyone pretending they have been. So I am going to back up just a bit to get a better view of everything that's going on. So again, this is the situation outside of the Target in Normal, Illinois. There is a large group, I'd say close to 75 Black Lives Matter protesters that are currently peacefully engaging with the police. They are very close, but so far there has been no violence whatsoever, so at least since I've been here. Is anybody willing to talk to me? I'm a reporter about why they're out here, what they support and stuff. It's okay, it's okay. So I am attempting to at least talk to some of the protesters. They are reluctant, to say the least. Much of this, I think, is purely cathartic. Which is okay. We need those moments of catharsis. Oh, look who it is. Oh, there's Jasper. Once again, there are a large number of cars out here. And I will reiterate, all of these protesters have remained peaceful. They have remained peaceful this entire time. So again, if you are just tuning in, we're at the Target in Normal, Illinois. This is a Black Lives Matter protest. It seems to be impromptu, recognizing it, but from the few protesters that have been willing to talk to me, they are all from the few protesters that have been willing to talk to me, they are here because of systemic issues, especially against people of color from the police. Once again, I do want to reiterate, all of these protests have been entirely peaceful, so nobody has been violent or thrown anything at all, as far as I can tell. The police are in riot gear. To their credit, they have been very still, haven't been really agitating anything. Not that that's saying much, but,
All this fucking hate crime, all this shit we go through. This shit drive certain ways. For what?
Once again, these are several black activists agitating with 2 black police officers.
Why? That shit hurt. That shit hurt. And I ain't been in no police shit for 10 years.
Protesters are definitely very upset and very passionate, but they have remained peaceful this entire time.
10 years. Because they fucked me up one day. Look, 17 years old. And Bloomington.
The police, for the most part, have remained silent. There's been 1 or 2 officers that have been trying to kind of have a conversation, maybe de-escalate the situation a little bit, but we'll see. This is what it looks like outside of this line. So there are quite a few more people back here that have kind of funneled back and forth. And the parking lot is almost entirely filled, so there are a lot of people here. Once again, if you're just joining us, we are outside of Target in Normal, Illinois, where a Black Lives Matter protest is occurring. The cops were set up here, though the Target was already closed because of the coronavirus. Don't forget, shit's getting real, coronavirus. Someone just referred to the police officers as swine. That's okay. As I said from the beginning, the protesters are definitely very passionate and in some cases aggressive, but they've remained peaceful this entire time. So I'm not sure how many more police cars we have outside of here. I'm going to back away just a little bit. Hopefully nothing crazy happens while I back up. As you can see, I would say there's easily over 150 people out here total. I'm not sure what the plan is, but, we're just going to go with it. Hey, I'm media. Is anyone willing to talk to me about what's going on out here? You don't have to. I'm media. Does anybody want to talk to me about why y'all are out here? What y'all feeling?
They like, we gotta evacuate the field. I'm like, yeah.
It's okay. Let me know. Coming straight from the underground. We do have more people, I think, coming in. My car's back there somewhere, I think. I think it's still there. So this is kind of the situation that's going on at the Target in Normal, Illinois.
Everybody just knows standing in front. I know. Hey, y'all move up.
So there are some protesters that are encouraging others that are further back to move up. They seem a little reticent. I think they're just going to kind of watch and see what's going on right now. But once again, there is a rather large crowd. I would say there's 75 people up here, maybe. There has been no violence yet. I want to reiterate that. While this has been, they've definitely been passionate. Still no violence. Excuse me, bro.
We try every day to make sure. I'm tired of having to apologize for other officers.
The sorry. If you guys really think you're good officers, I'm sorry to that.
I will point out 95% of these officers are not wearing masks, probably spreading the coronavirus. We are still in the middle of a pandemic. Don't forget to wash your hands, people. Most of the protesters, I think, do have at least some kind of face shield on, though we are outside. It's not quite as bad.
What about charges? I know, but look,
I'm going to back up just a little bit. Again, if you're just joining us, we are at the Target in Normal, Illinois, and we have quite a large group of Black Lives Matter protesters here. And the store was closed before any of them arrived because it closes early now thanks to COVID-19. This is the situation right up front. There's quite a few people up here. I'd say maybe more like 50 right now. There's been some cycling in and out between people's cars. So far, both sides have remained peaceful, though the Black Lives Matter protesters are definitely very passionate. Understandable in this situation. I will remind everyone, most of them do not have masks on, probably spreading the coronavirus as we speak. Most of these police officers do not have masks on, spreading the Rona around.
I gotta talk to the black people one more time.
Once again, none of the police officers have masks on, and they are probably out here spreading the Rona as we speak. We are in the middle of a pandemic. So still not sure. These are Normal, Illinois police, as far as I can tell. So there's been relatively close contact between the police and protesters, unlike what we saw in Peoria, Illinois yesterday. So it does sound like some protesters are going to go consume cannabis. That's okay. Everyone needs a little cannabis. But once again, almost none of these officers are wearing masks, spreading the coronavirus as we speak. Very disgusting, in my personal opinion, but what do I know? If you are just joining us, we are in the Target parking lot in Normal, Illinois, in McLean County. These are all of the protesters in their cars honking. I am moving away from the front somewhat reluctantly. I fear that something may happen, but yeah, a lot of these protesters are out here. So definitely encourage you to come out if you need some things from Target. They are closed, but I do recommend coming out and joining us in solidarity. We do have several people on their cars very loudly.
Get on the driveway right there. Look how much space right there.
So this is the length of the police vehicles. And I know that there's more police vehicles way over there. Yeah. These are some of the protesters. These are some of the protesters. I'm going to go ahead and go back up to the front, even though I might get the coronavirus. So. Once again, if we are at the Normal Target in Normal, Illinois, quite a large group of Black Lives Matter protesters have gathered here to express their frustrations. Since I have been here, which has been since I've been streaming. Anyway, since I have been here, I've seen no violence whatsoever. Are you Chief Bleichner? Oh, okay. Thank you. So we do have the Chief of Police out here, also not wearing a mask, probably spreading the coronavirus as we speak. There is... I believe the protesters were trying to prevent somebody from throwing a hard object at the police, so that was prevented. And most of the protesters have actually backed off. Oh, thanks, Garcia. Once again, since I started streaming, these protesters have remained peaceful throughout the entire time. This is the Normal Police Department. We have the Police Chief Bleichner out here as well, though none of them are wearing masks amidst the coronavirus. So very disturbing. That might be a form of violence in and of itself. So... one protester was trying to throw a rock, but the other protesters prevented them from doing that, so there is some self-policing among these protesters trying to maintain as peaceful as possible. The crowd is currently blasting urban poetry. I believe it goes "fuck the police" from the group N-Words with Attitude. Yes.
That big ass rock, boy.
So yes.
Once I'm someone sold that shit, that's mayhem. it's about that.
Are you willing to talk? So you don't want to get hurt. I'm just letting you know. Can you just tell me a little bit about why you're out here?
Man, rest in peace to my boy George Floyd, man.
Yeah. So you're out here because of what was done to George Floyd and some of the other injustices that the police department has been doing.
Bullshit, man.
Yeah.
I mean, but every cop is different, but obviously these people out here.
They can't even be bothered to wear a mask in the middle of a pandemic. It's very inappropriate.
Some are disrespectful as fuck. But yeah, this is definitely my doing for me. I'm just out here, just supporting all of us and shit like that, man.
Excellent. Trying to make sure I actually get protesters' opinions.
Yeah, man. Whoever wants this fucking window, rest in peace to them. I don't know what's gonna happen to them, but. Oh shit.
Okay, we did have a firework that was thrown over here. Let's see if I can get it. I do not know whether this will escalate the situation. So it was very short. And it was through at the side of the police. It was not thrown at the police. So far, the police are remaining calm, though they have stepped forward just a little bit. It does seem that they're more willing to at least have a conversation, or at least some of them are in fact talking. Once again, none of them have masks on, and we are in the middle of a global pandemic. It's very disgusting, but some of us are willing to sacrifice all that to help you out. We do have fireworks. I'm on y'all side. Don't throw anything at me. I'm on y'all side. So there was another firework thrown quite a bit closer to police. As far as I can tell, nobody was hit. The police have moved up just quite a bit. I do believe I think we're at the same numbers. So if you would like to join us, we are at the Target in Normal, Illinois. We're currently interacting with the Normal Police Department, and Chief Bleichner himself is present. He's not really saying much, and he's of course not wearing a mask, because why would he during a pandemic? Seems appropriate. Quite a few people out here. I encourage all, if y'all would like to be a part of this, to come out to the Target in Normal, Illinois. Once again, this is at the Target in Normal, Illinois, at the Von Mauer outside mall. And I've backed off quite a bit, but as you can see, there are a lot of protesters out here in their cars, just kind of standing around. I assume some are just kind of seeing what's going on. This is in Normal, Illinois. I am kind of surprised more police officers have not arrived since. So this is the Target in Normal, Illinois, if people are not aware yet. Thinking every M-word is selling narcotic. You want me in the Benz, then me and Lorenzo rolling in a benzo. Here they go, it's out of state. Together, bring us out of the chase. I believe no one is inside the store. This started after the store has closed down. The store closes earlier because of the coronavirus. As you all know, shit is getting real because of the coronavirus. There's quite a few people parked out here. I would say the parking lot is getting about 80% full. We're at the Target in Normal, Illinois.
I just busted in the wall, raided that bitch.
Is there a reason you're out here protesting? Or?
I fucking hate you.
You dislike the police, okay. There's one protester that showed off his rear to the police officers. Not sure if they saw it. I'm gonna fuck you up. I will say that I am a big fan of this song. So we do have activists coming up with water. So another firework was just thrown at the police. Again, they do not seem to be reacting. Though there is one activist passing out water to other protesters. It is important to stay hydrated, obviously. Somebody did just throw a bottle of water above the police's heads, so not directly at them.
I'm tired of the motherfucking jacket. Maybe it's because I get so much, but I get gas. Or maybe because I want some stupid ass nigga when I play with the
There seems to be some cars in the back parking lot during donuts, but that's not very interesting. Coronavirus! Shit's getting real! So, once again, there's a lot of protesters out here. Seems most of them have kind of backed off.
30, man. If you ain't got an opportunity in life and you ain't got no other way but to sell weed and shit, I mean, it's legal as fuck, yo.
Yeah.
What the fuck the police trying to do? I hate the police, bro. Burning past me, they took all my homies from me.
Have you had any interactions with the normal police department or any of the police departments around here?
I've been locked up as a juvenile.
Okay, sure. Okay.
I hate the police. I was just homeless off the gate at like 12, bro, so I ain't had no other way. And they just make it tough, but that's their job, but I hate their ass for it.
Yeah. Thank you for talking with me. That are still up there. It's very interesting. Some of these protesters have good aim, others do not. I will say that. So far the police have remained calm, somewhat calm. We'll see how long that lasts. Unfortunately, the plastic of the water balls is not strong enough to go through the police windows, unfortunately for the protesters. So. It does seem like some of the police are trying to make a game out of it, whether they can actually catch the water bottles or not. So it does look like somebody attempted to throw some kind of tool. I'm not exactly. Mainly these are water bottles. Does look like Bleichner's getting a little bit more upset. I'm not sure how long that's going to last. That was a very ineffective throw because it was off. That was an effective throw. I will give them that. So, once again, we are at Target in Normal, Illinois with the Normal Police Department, and where we are at a very large Black Lives Matter protest that seems to be largely unorganized. I mean, it's right over there. So the police have yet to violently interact with any of the protesters. One gentleman just sprayed water at them, which... So, Bleichner does look like he's getting a little bit more upset. They are closing ranks a little bit more. There's another.
Come on with that shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately.
What the fuck? Y'all supposed to be shooting them that way.
Unfortunately, one of the protesters did not angle correctly on. So, but again, even with protesters throwing things at the police, there are still protesters up here conversating with police officers, engaging at least some dialogue. It does seem like the police are trying to take it in stride so far, but we will see how this goes. No, this is in Normal, Illinois, at the Target in Von Maur Mall. So, water bottles are being thrown at the police. Some of these. Some of the protesters are good at aiming, but a lot are not. We'll see how this goes. Apparently someone brought additional water to be thrown, though I do not believe that this is the most... as far as I know, this is not affiliated with any Black Lives Matter organization, but the protesters I have talked to said that they do support Black liberation. In case you heard wrong, this is not any Black Lives Matter group, but this is a Black liberation protest. So it does look like the police officers, or at least some of them, are retreating into the Target store. Once again, there is another group of them over here. That's where Chief Bleichner is at. But the protesters do seem... Quite a few of the police do seem to be trying to enter into the Target. Once again, that is Chief Bleichner right there of the Normal Police Department. That's the chief of police. Yeah, that's the chief. That's the chief. So, to his credit, he does seem to be kind of playing with them a little bit. Here are some of the police that have retreated into the Target. There are quite a few more police down there, I guarantee you. These police officers have not been moving, but they also have not been getting the brunt of the water. There's yes, we do have at least one broken window. They have at least one window that's broken. Thankfully, Normal is very well insured. Oh shit! Well, thankfully, Normal is very insured. That won't matter much.
They got bricks now. It's so good.
There are a lot more police showing up now. These have been the police that they have at least one dog. They are tackling one protester right now. So there's actually 3 canine dogs here, as you can see.
Man, what the fuck is this? The 60s? Fuck some dogs.
Hey, I like dogs. Again, we are still throwing things at the police. There has been some damage done to vehicles. Thankfully, Normal is very well insured. As far as I can tell, no one has been robbed of anything. I apologize. So once again, there are 3 canines here that I can tell. We're at the Target in Normal, where there's quite a confrontation between protesters. These protesters are fighting for... These protesters, as far as I can tell, are completely unaffiliated with any organization. We do have some more police showing up over here, but these protesters are not affiliated with any group, but from the ones that I have talked to, they are specifically here. They are specifically here for Black liberation. So we are here at the Target in Normal, Illinois. There are at least 3 or 4 police dogs. Quite a few more police have shown up. It's hard for me to tell. We do have state police here. We have the Normal police. As I said earlier, Chief Blackner is over here, chief of the Normal Police Department. Once again, if you're just turning in, we are at the Normal Police. We are at the Target in Normal, Illinois. We have quite a few more police here than we originally did. There has been quite a bit of water bottles thrown at the police. I don't know if this is a police apologist over here. He seems to be defending the police in some way. The police are heading down just a little bit. All of them are obviously in riot gear. Almost none of them are wearing masks, probably spreading the coronavirus as we speak. So they are kind of reclaiming some of the territory. This Normal police car has received quite a bit of damage, but they are very well insured, so I wouldn't worry too much. As you can see. Another police car has been damaged. Hey, put it through that bitch. We do have once again all of these objects are insured. They will be just fine.
What's all the windows?
I'm not.
Hit one of those balls.
Hey, let him go. Hey, let him chill out, bro. I'm gonna bust that bitch out when you see her. Oh, chill out.
So, most of these, it looks like we do now have some Bloomington police officers here as well. This is mainly Normal police officer with some state police officers here. Chief Blackner is on the scene, and almost none of them are wearing masks, so they could very well be spreading the coronavirus. We do have another police vehicle that has been damaged. Once again, very well insured, Normal is, so I'm not too concerned. There seem to be some activists. Come on, y'all know I'm on your side, right?
Yeah, run away, man.
Oh, man. If you're just tuning in, we're in the Target in Normal, Illinois, where there has been a confrontation between Black liberation protesters and the local police departments. The current police departments out of here are Normal, Bloomington, and the state police. And and Chief Bleichner is on the scene. Normal Police Chief Bleichner is on the scene. So there has been, I don't know, 3 or 4 police vehicles that have had some minor damage.
Take a knee, man.
Most of the protesters have backed at least 30, 40 feet away. Oh, that's a lot of police vehicles down there.
I still fucking hate the police.
They just pepper spray the fuck.
Once again, this is the entire... We do have more police vehicles showing up.
Hit that bitch, break that motherfucker. There you go.
Thankfully, the canine was not in the car. Do like the dogs, even if they are police dogs. I'm not sure what these protesters are attempting to do. I'll get a little bit closer. So they're organizing over there. They're doing something. I'm not 100% sure. I might want to back up. I might get hit by something. But the protesters are engaging the police again. We do have some police officers coming from over here. We have some coming from over here. I don't know what these are going to do. They're getting in their car. It's definitely a little concerning. So, some of the protesters have re-engaged with the police. I believe those are Normal police. Here we are here at the Target. All right, here we are. So the police have remained pretty much in place, but there is definitely some violence being done to these cars. Thankfully, they are all very well insured.
What a fucking coming at?
Okay, so. In case you are just tuning in, we are at the Target in Normal, Illinois. Protesters are getting a little aggressive, I would say. The police are moving down, but cars are getting destroyed here. Quite a bit. They seem to be standing in place. Police vehicles are receiving some damage. Once again, all these police vehicles are insured.
Shit on the police car.
One protester said he was going to defecate on the police car. I don't know how serious he was about that. But, so. I don't want to get too far away from the police, but I do at least want to show some of the stuff that's being done. Almost all the police cars do have some damage on them. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Again, we are targeted. So there are still protesters up there engaging peacefully with the police officers. Those individuals have not been arrested. It looks like some of the police are trying to get into their cars to see what's going on. Okay. The police do seem a bit disorganized, but they are moving downwards as if they are going to engage the protesters. So I'm not 100% sure. Once again, we are at the Target in Normal, Illinois, where a protest between black liberation protesters and police has broken out. There's definitely going on. It looks like they may, I'm not sure if they're abandoning the property or what.
Oh yeah. Hey, they leaving, we in this bitch.
Once again, we are in the... It does seem that the police officers are retreating. Once again, we are in the Target in Normal, Illinois. Watch out. So it does appear a lot of the police officers are actually leaving. I'm not sure. So the police have completely abandoned the position. Some of the protesters are entering the Target at this point. Very interesting scene. They've actually abandoned their position. There were 2 employees that were outside, and I advised them that they would probably be best off leaving. And I don't think they've left, but they've definitely gotten out of the way of the protesters. So there's a lot more police around here somewhere. So I do believe the police are still here. Yeah, they're running out. Something's in there. Yeah. This is actually in Normal, Illinois, at the Target. So. I would like to remind all my viewers that Target is very well insured. There are no police to be seen, but I would not be surprised if they're around here somewhere. Are they in there?
They coming through the back. They coming through the back. They went through the back.
Okay, apparently we have heard that police may have entered the target from behind. We've heard the police are coming in around the back. We've heard they're coming around the back, inside the Star.
That bitch cleaned out.
Yes, the police did in fact leave, though we do have some reporting that they're actually trying to enter the building in through the back. That includes Chief Fleischner. All the police they got in, many of their vehicles were completely busted, or at least severely damaged. Y'all better mask up before you go in there. They got cameras. So we do have some of the protesters entering the store. I'm not going to try and get too close. We do have quite a large protest occurring right here. Some have entered the store. I'm getting all these friends requests all of a sudden. So. Again, we are at the Target in Normal, Illinois. The police have completely retreated. As far as we can tell, there are protesters going in and out of the building. Some are taking things. Thankfully, once again, all of this stuff is very well insured. I would like to remind all my viewers. So this is some of the damage that's at least been done at the front. I do not know if the dogs are in there. I knew that they were in there at one point. I doubt that they're still in there. So this is some of the damage that has been caused to the Target so far, but other than this, I'm not sure. Still am waiting for the police to show up somewhere, because I'm not confident that they've left for good. I believe that those employees will all qualify for unemployment, so I think that they will be fine. As far as I can tell, there are no employees inside. Once again, if you are just joining us right now, we are in Normal, Illinois at Target. There were quite a few protesters here. The police seem to have evacuated the scene. Some protesters are going in, and they do seem to be retrieving items. Once again, to all my viewers, all that stuff is insured, thankfully. And as far as I can tell, there are no employees inside. But I am definitely concerned about the police returning, so. Yeah, I can't talk right now if you're calling me, so. The police do seem to have left. Many of the protesters are entering the store at this point, but many are just staying out here. This did start out as a protest for black liberation against the police, but the police have since evacuated the area. Once again, if you're just tuning in, this is at the Target in Normal, Illinois. The Target at Normal, Illinois. I am, of course, trying to avoid showing people's faces right now. Oh, I apologize. So this is right out in front of Target. Oh, someone's got a whole bunch of beer. Oh, they got a lot of beer. They're going to be good. But this is kind of the damage that's happened. And this seems to be the crowd outside. Once again, the Target is almost entirely filled with cars. I hope mine's still okay. It's pretty far back there. If you're just tuning in, once again, this is the Target in Normal, Illinois, which started out as a peaceful protest against the police, has escalated. The police have abandoned the premises, at least from what we can see. Many people are going in and taking some things, but just as a reminder, this Target is definitely insured, so please do not feel too bad about lost property. There are many plastic bottles down here on the ground, unfortunately. So far, once again, I am trying to avoid showing the faces of the protesters as they exit and enter. There are people making off with stuff from Target, but just once again, this person's just trying to get huggies, so that's definitely for a good cause. You dropped your lighter! No, okay. Never mind. Oh, that's a lot of batteries. Once again, for all of you people being very sad about the Target getting brought into, all insured. As far as I can tell, there's no employees in. And these employees will obviously qualify for uninsurance employment. Just wanted to point that out to everybody. I'm getting rather close. Again, if you're just tuning in, we are at the Target in Normal, Illinois. There was a protest among black liberation activists against the police that did turn increasingly hostile. There was some back and forth between police and the protesters. The police did eventually leave. Their cars were many of their cars were definitely severely damaged. Once again, Normal is very well insured. As far as I could tell, no police officers were injured at all. At this point, protesters have entered the Target, and some are removing things from the Target. Once again, Target is very well insured. So as you can see, there's lots of broken glass here. This is all from the police vehicles earlier. It was all the way down to the end, and those were pretty severely damaged. At least as far as I know, they still operate. So this is kind of how it looks over here. So airstrike seems a little much, don't you think? Seems a little much. No, this is in Normal, Illinois. If you're just tuning in, we are at the Target in Normal, Illinois.
Damn, this place full.
The scene out in the parking lot, quite a bit of cars. As is basic protest etiquette, I am trying to avoid showing the faces of the protesters.
That's right, what you want, folks?
Once again, anybody whose job may be affected will qualify for unemployment. So, just want to remind everyone there are no employees in there. Property can be replaced, unlike lives. So, here we are inside. I will point out I actually do have a disability. I have to take medication and it causes my hand to shake. So, I bet you feel like shit. Well, I think the alarm has long been set off. I don't know if anyone's coming or not. If you are just tuning in, once again, we are at the Target in Normal, Illinois. What started out as a protest by black liberation activists against the police did turn a bit violent. There was quite a bit of damage done. As far as I can tell, no one has been injured. And activists are currently, most of them are still out here. There are some people inside the Target. I haven't gone in. I don't think I will. Probably a little bit wiser. So. Like the parking lot is getting quite a bit shallower, significantly less people. Significantly less people in the parking lot now. No sight of police presence. This parking lot is, I would say maybe 20% populated at best. Again, the police seem to have left the entire area. It does seem like most of the people have actually left by now. There are some cars here. I'm not sure if there is another location that they were going to continue their protest. Once again, this is very disorganized. I have yet to meet any of the organizers involved in this, if there even are any. This was not organized by any specific group, but the activists, the few activists that I talked to did say that they were here to support Black lives. So
we already knew this was going to happen. So a lot of people are laughing.
Oh, nice Zelda shirt. I love Zelda. Oh, excuse me. Oh, that's good. Once again, we do have some more protesters entering into the Target and bringing out stuff. If you're just tuning in, I just want to remind everyone that this stuff is very well insured. This is just property. As far as I can tell, no one has been hurt. Maybe some of their egos.
What I'm more surprised is, why didn't they go in the end door when it's unlocked? They went in the...
From what I could see, it wasn't opening properly. They were having difficulties, so... I haven't gone up and touched it, though.
They ain't have shit up in Bro,
oh. Hey, man. I just record. I'm just here to report. So. All right. So, it does seem that we are in the tail end of any protest that was occurring. If you don't want to be on camera. So, those asking why it's so shaky, I actually do have a disability that I have to take medication for that causes my hands to shake. So, I bet you feel like shit now. Anyway, we are continuing here at the... actually, I am very carefully not showing any protester's face, so if you are concerned about that, I have been trying to follow as many protocols as possible. The police seem to have abandoned, I would say, about 10-15 minutes ago, and I haven't seen any show up, so... Well, I hope they don't arrest me, so... Rude. I don't hope any of y'all get arrested. Disrespectful. All right. So this does seem to be calming down here. I'm not exactly sure how much longer this will go on.
You need an iPhone case?
I'm good. Can you get it open?
Probably not. You'd have to break it. Take it on though.
If anybody here doesn't like my nomenclature, you're more than welcome to watch a different person. So, thank you.
Rest in peace, the Target, man.
I'm reporting news right now, so I guess.
Are you the one live streaming on Facebook? We watched it actually.
So. That's rude, Tony. No one wants you to come here with guns. That's just disrespectful. We don't have any guns. Once again, if you do not like the nomenclature that I use, you are welcome to watch another video. Anyway, it does seem like most of the protesters have exited the store. There's significantly less people here in the parking lot. And this is the Target in Normal, Illinois. Started out as a protest between Black liberation supporters and the police. The police did evacuate the building, and many of the protesters have entered the store. As far as I can tell, there are no employees inside, so as far as I can tell, they're all being safe. There were dogs inside much earlier when the police were actually here. I haven't seen any since they have left. So. I mean, I don't know if they sell any pet dogs here. I've never been in that area. That'd be rude.
I didn't see the fucking rocks. Damn. I was gone for I was only gone for like 30 minutes. What the fuck happened?
Shit, I'm gonna tell you what happened because I had left more get my phone back.
It does look like we're at the tail end of this event. Very few protesters here anymore. Most have left. As far as I know, since I've been here, there have been no gunshots at the Target.